This is the peak form that Matilda should have been hitting. This is the Unga Bunga rush of the utmost perfection here. If this is about to run out, nobody's even close. This round could actually over right now.
I think this round's over. Oh, never mind. There is a big long shot from CJ. He did just have an angle through the buildings that Comets were not aware of, and that's actually a massive saving grace for Action X, because he's pretty much got his whole clip in there. That said, has he overstayed is going to be the question that he'll have to ask himself. Jumps off the edge. Safi's got it done, but he may well lose his tank as well, because Trax is in there in that IS-7, really bullying him a little bit. Now, unfortunate for Safi not really being able to do much about that. Is going to go down.
I still think, despite the fact that this is looking to be a winning round for Action X, I still think that this round, this cap nearly rattled them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was really, I think, a big response from CJ. We'll see how it all plays out. 30 seconds is going to be the timer that Comets have to play with, because Action X now have 3 tanks on the cap.
So this is going to be absolutely an issue here.
Certainly is, but Action X are going to try and pull the trigger themselves, and they're going straight in onto Mendican, who is in the E100. Not the ideal target, obviously takes a lot to punch through, but he's going down relatively quickly, and it looks like all the shots are being penned by Action X. That is about as fast as you're going to see an E100 go down in this game. In response, though, Val down to a one-shot, but as of yet not found Safi, and CJ in that bat chat as well, also unaccounted for. So, to be honest, the fight is going very well for Action X, and you've got 2 autoloaders out of the fight at the moment, and they're going to come through thick and fast in.
I am amazed how long Gloucester managed to stay alive. I was just about to ready to write him off before even the second tank went down, and he's still bouncing shots. How is this man able to pull off this absolute, what feels like magic now? And you look at now, it's all down to 3v1. Comets are down by, they're down that horrendous at the moment.
Does turn left, just not quickly enough, and so another shot's going to sneak on through. And look, if I'm being honest here as Comets, I am dogpiling Val. He's on 1700 HP. You've got Stipe already pushing your way up there. He is going to be a dead man in the blink of an eye. And Action X haven't really traded effectively, but they've kept all 5 tanks alive, and they've got this cap pressure, which now is a bit of a problem for the Comets. Are they going to be able to find that reset? 2 seconds in there. Reset does come through from Atherin just in time, but it's cost Comets a lot of HP.
Safi and Dark Knight could actually make the big difference here, because both of them are still pretty healthy. I say that though, Gloucester is still alive. Gloucester was the big deal breaker on the second round of Ghost Town.
Yeah, but Safi could be exactly that with this clip right here, right now. Could take down Gloucester, who has not quite gone around the corner far enough. Stipe will finish him off, and it ends up actually being a trade. So if they don't blow Dongalord up, which I don't know that they can, Action X is going to win this round.
Yeah, they are. They are going to be winning. No, that is tragedy there.
And they've got a bit of an health advantage that they can work with. Now, issue's going to be finding the reset onto Atherin, who's around the corner, protected by Safi. He's the one that they want. But if Dongalord makes this cross, or even just decides to blow up AVP, I'm not sure that it's going to matter too much.
Is the case. In fact, yeah, in comes the big damage. Safi's actually going in to push Dongalord, knowing that the clip is going to be much fresher on the side of Safi, so at least there's going to be some fresh damage going into him. PP Power is also on the flank, so that is going to be a lot of pain suffered there, plus the Ignite. That is perfect.
This has been a good clip from Safi so far. He did manage a 1-for-4 trade there, but this is now where things probably do start to fall apart for him, you would think. PP Power has brought it back to a 3-on-3. Gloucester is going to take the 1v1 against him. It's IS-4 versus IS-4, and Gloucester has more HP, so I'll throw my bet in with Gloucester for this one. If he does manage to lose it, though, that would be pretty funny, because then we would have a Gloucester moment to talk about, but I just don't see it happening. He's down to 38 HP here for PP Power now anyway, so pretty much done and dusted in that. Meanwhile, Safi was taken down on the back end. Atherin helped him out. Comets would have to do something insane. They'd have to get an ammo rack onto CJ right now to win this game.
Yeah, that's true. And well, in comes the flank, and we'll be able to get the clip onto Atherin, and the ammo rack. Yeah, Power is in a unwinnable situation.
So let's wait and see.
Oh,
That's not going to hit.
Really?
That's gone wide for sure.
Oh.
So now it's like, okay, Returnder's got one more chance, and if that one doesn't connect, Dell's going to have to go forward and get that vision, and that could potentially start to cost Dell a bit of HP here, as the HE shell does actually land onto Benny.
But this is still relatively workable. Maybe. Never mind. Maybe not.
Maybe. I mean, JT, he's in that Super Kong, so he's obviously going to be one of the first focuses of fire. If they can take down Wymo pretty quick smart afterward, though, I think it's still workable for Scorpions. This next shot from Raspberry is super important. It has to go through. It has to finish off Wymo, and it will, which is really good news. Scorpions bring it back to the 4-on-4, which makes it doable.
Two more shots from Dell, and that is going to be a catastrophic amount of damage that could be going in. This is much more workable right now, all of a sudden, for Scorpion.
Ozzy, does he get away with his life here? Looks like he will, just by the skin of his teeth. Now, the problem is, of course, for Scorpions, they are on the attack, and it's going to be almost impossible for them to catch Dell and kill Cindy. Maybe there's a world for Scorpions. I like the angle that Dell has found. It's really putting that pressure onto Scorpions, and Cindy's doing a good job of buying time, but... Okay, now it's a 3-on-1 for Dell, but he's in a bat chat. And Ozzy, the only tank that can reliably catch up to him, is a one-shot. Push comes in from Scorpions, though. They've got that 3-on-2 on the cap. They want to take that overmatch. Now, there are shots coming through from Dell and the Super Kong from way back in Sentinel's territory, but that is not going to be enough to keep Wymo alive. And Cindy, well, he's sure to follow as well. Just remember, this is a mouse and an IS-4 as well as a Super Kong. And you're shooting at them from range in a Super Kong. Yes, you have a good gun, but it's not going to be easy to pen every single one of those shots. And JT still looking quite healthy in that mouse. Already a 2-for-1 trade. Scorpions have bounced back straight up. Raspberry will not fall without a fight, that's for sure. So he's just going to try and do some farming for the fantasy points. For all intents and purposes, round is over. Look at all that damage that Scorpions have taken immediately. JT down to 1k. Russian, I mean, he's going to go down inevitably, but he is a Super Conk, and he can actually do a bit of sizable damage to these IS-7s before he does get taken down. So I wouldn't count him out of this one necessarily. And you've also got to remember the fact that Scorpions have the overmatch on the top side of the map, and they are winning it. There is a Super Conk in the mix there as well. It's Dell, who is trying to hold off a bunch of those Scorpions members. But as far as trades are concerned, I want to make the argument that this is going better for the Scorpions than I thought that it would, particularly if Russian can take down Cindy here. He will get that next shot off. It's just whether or not he pens. And in a 2-on-1, he has managed to at least trade 1-for-1. Now, how much longer will it take Wymo to get rid of him? Not too long. And this is perfectly timed from the Scorpions because they know that Wymo is on the bottom side of the map. He's not going to be able to do anything about this. They take down the STRV before it becomes a 2-on-2. They essentially have turned this into two 2-on-1s. And from here, it should be winnable for Scorpions. He's presented his lower plate initially for that first shot. He can drive forward again. This is really just a game of who pens and when. They're back to advantage Wymo. Because again, it should be a 3-shot for Raspberry to finish him off. Whereas now it's down to 2 shots for Wymo to finish Raspberry. And Raspberry's also the one that has to push forward. So he has to present more of his tank in this engagement, which makes for easier shots for Wymo. And there it is. Again, a 1-for-0. And remembering, Wymo has the faster reload as well. So even if Raspberry connects this next shot, Wymo should win it from here. There is absolutely no world where Raspberry should be able to get through this one. And in the end, it will be the case. Wymo clutches it out in a 1v2.
That's definitely quite a new start. Although Cindy was able to output quite a fair bit of damage, it is Benny to find the first frag. Rainbow does at least able to keep things running for a brief moment. Dell claiming that trade. But so far, yeah, all the shots, all the damage so far been going into the favor of Scorpions.
Wymo, of course, on the other side of the map, is not going to be taking much part in that fight. And Dell in his CS63 is scurrying off as well. But, I mean, I don't really see a world back into this one for the Sentinels. I like this from Scorpions. It pretty much gives Wymo no options at all. He should be done here in a matter of seconds. JT over the top in the BZ55 actually doesn't pen that shot, so it will probably be Aussie too. Never mind. This is starting to get a bit egregious from Scorpions. A lot of bounce shots. And it's Russian that will confirm it in the end. Obviously, you're going to have to be penning all your shots and such, but
Ooh.
Aussie is now the one that's starting to take the damage, and I'm seeing a lot of bounces from Raspberry and Aussie here. Rainbow just bounced a couple of shells, and that has well and truly put this engagement on the side of Sentinels, not to mention a 587 roll onto Aussie is returned in that Minotauro. You do watch JT and Russian push forward. They know the autoloader's on reload, and maybe they can make an advantage happen here up on the northern side.
Why the trades are not going too well. I mean, 2,500 HP deficit is rather huge, and right now Russian needs to stay alive. He might just get tunnel vision here, where Return will be able to eliminate him, but he yet starts sinking the shots into Benny, and that is even worse. The STB fallen. It is a 4v3 with JT, not particularly having the best time trading, but right now actually might still be able to get the better of Dell, although he will be left with barely any sort of HP returned as well. Should be able to wrap it all up pretty promptly.
Oh, dearie me. He's been spotted, and he does not know Rainbow or Cindy are there. This is really bad news. Aussie's a dead man.
Yeah, that is not an ideal situation. And the ram damage there as well. And the second one to finish him off nearly. That is a lot of damage came in.
JT is doing an absolute number there onto Dell. And Raspberry's actually got him. Okay, hang on. We've got a game on our hands. What on earth has just happened there?
Look at the HP difference as well. All of a sudden, the Sentinel's HP count has dipped rather drastically here.
They should not lose from here. Russian would need to win the 1v1 against Rainbow, which is doable in a Super Conk against an IS-7. But I don't see how they're going to dig out returned in that Minotauro, even if Wymo, even if Cindy go down. And of course Rainbow, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'm prepared to pack it up here. I think Sentinels have done enough. It's been a valiant effort from the Scorpions, particularly in the previous round. But right here, right now, it just does not look like enough is going to come together. And as the timer ticks away, Sentinels will once again lock themselves in for a spot at the LAN finals. And they will get the opportunity to defend their title as the champions of ANZPL.